Hello everyone, I have created a stopwatch using vanilla JavaScript. I'm going to walk through how to do it. First, the UI part consists of this one big circle. Inside that there is one more div with border radius, and this is called a nail or seconds pointer. For each second it will rotate, and there are two buttons. One is start and stop, and one is reset. On clicking start and stop, it will start or stop, it will start the timer, or it will pause the timer. While you reset, it will stop the timer and reset to 0, and it will seconds nail will point to the default position. Let me run this app. I'm clicking start. So for each second, the nail pointer or seconds pointer will move accordingly. Let me walk through the code. So first one, I will stop this one. It will pause at the state, and I can resume at any time I can want. And while running, I can click reset. It will reset to the default state. Coming to the code part, this div is a skeleton for it. So first one, we concentrate on this watch div class with watch. So this is just a div. I will show the CSS for it. This div consists of width and height with 500 pixel, and for a border radius to 50% to make it round, and it has some box shadow, and it has the index, so it must be shown on the top. So the second one is comes to mind is this one, reset button and start button. These are comes under div class watch wrapper. This watch wrapper will hold other things, reset, start, stop, and the time box also. The time box is nothing but this white color background. So initially, after the watch is constructed, I need to construct that seconds nail pointer. So the pointer and the nail, it have two sections. The one is pointer is this one, and the nail is the second the line. So this line is the nail and this is the pointer. Let me show the CSS for it. So first of all, there are positions are set to absolute. So I can move around at what position with the top and left. So initially the pointer is set to top 0 and left 0, so I reset to this position. So I exactly bring the middle using left 50%, and there is one more transform translate x minus 50% to exact middle that div exactly. And this nail also is in this done in the same way. Its top is 0 and left is 50%, and translate to x with 50%. So suppose if I comment out this one, and so I commented out these two lines, and let me reload. You can see that pointer is in here. So I can move this with one position absolute and left and the top. Similarly, this nail done in the same way. Commenting this too and saving it. We'll come to this position using the transform property. I move this along. Then after that, the white box, the white box is also called a time box. So it has all the CSS properties, background and border radius with height and text properties along. For font, I have used the one font download from the internet. It is digital-7.ttf. So I use that font accordingly to get that exact presentation. Then for the start stop buttons, I have gone with buttons itself in the div. Here buttons. So why buttons means it has some CSS properties :active. So when I click it, I can do some more animation regarding it. See it going down like that, and this is also will have some animation effect over it. So I have gone to the div instead of go for buttons. Now comes to the JavaScript part. Initially the microsecond, seconds and degree are set to 0 because this initially at the 0th position. When I click the start stop button, I have added on click property in the HTML. So first it will come to here start timer. This will set the timer status to the complement of that one. Suppose if it is false, it will set to true. Then if it is true, the timer function which is already running, it will start counting for every 10 millisecond. So every 10 millisecond this microsecond is updated. When the 10 millisecond is updated for 100 times, so 100 into 10 will give you 1000 milliseconds, which we reach the 1 second. 1000 milliseconds is equal to 1 second. So when we reach the 100, I incremented the seconds and make the microseconds to 0 to calculate for upcoming next second. Similarly, when the second is reaches 60, I am incrementing the minutes. So 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. So after this calculation, I am appending to inner HTML like this. So there is only one thing to note, which is for every second, right? Every second, which means 100 microsecond. When the value is set to a microsecond is 100, I am setting the degree to 6 degree because the circle is 360 degrees. For every second, we need to move 6 degree to cover 360 degree in 60 seconds. So that logic is written here, and I appended this transform property by this JavaScript. So it will have a nice cool animation like this. So when I again click this button, this timer state will set to false, so the timer won't run. When I click reset, I set all the defaults to 0 and set the degree to 0 and appending to inner HTML. By the time I also stopping the timer, which is already running in this state. Thank you.